Welcome back. Former Joburg Mayor Mpho Moerane has been described as the champion of service delivery. A memorial service was held in Alexandra this afternoon. A wreath-laying ceremony also took place at the scene of the accident earlier today. Moerane died on Wednesday after sustaining injuries in a car crash last week. He will be laid to rest on Sunday. Lindokuhle Xulu is following the story for us. He joins us now live. So, Linda, just take us through how the former Joburg mayor is being honoured.
Well, it was a busy day, Shahan, for the family of the Moerane, the city of Johannesburg officials, as well as ANC members and others who have worked alongside Mpho Moerane. It started off around 12 p.m. and this was on a program, a wreath-laying ceremony by the city of Johannesburg. And it was quite a somber mood. It was quite devastating to see the family for the first time come out, and they were there to just look at the accident scene to get, a sense of honor for their late brother, father, as well as a son. But one of the people that was there was the sister who, when the time came for her to just go to the accident scene and where Moerane had actually had that accident, she was just inconsolable. We also saw alongside her some of the members of the ANC that were there. They were also, inconsolable. They were crying, and it was just that scene where they were not talking much, but what they were doing was, in fact, just to give a moment of silence. They were there to lay some wreaths, and at the end of the day, we, just honor Moerane in that place where he had an accident. But later on, we did move to Alexandra Stadium. This is where there was a memorial service, an inclusive one, where members of the ANC, where government officials, as well as senior members, in fact, like Paul Mashatile, the Treasurer General of the ANC, were there. And all of those people were there to talk about the life that Moerane led. They had described him, as you rightfully said in your intro, as a person that was, a steadfast in helping people in the country. In fact, he started in Alexandra Township, but some of those that worked alongside him had, praises to sing about him, the type of person that he was, the type of leader that he was. One of those people was one who worked quite close with him when he took over as the mayor for the city of Johannesburg, the former speaker of the Johannesburg Council, and this is what she had to say.
It is indeed a somber moment. I am still battling to accept that Mpho Moerane is no more. As you have correctly said, Mpho Moerane is a humble leader. He was an activist of the African National Congress. I knew Mpho before he became the mayor. I knew him as an activist in Alexandra. Some of the service delivery issues were championed by him as a leader of the community in Alexandra, up until he assumed the responsibility of being a regional leader of the ANC. And after the passing of the former mayor, Jolidi Matongo, then Mpho assumed the responsibility of being a mayor. And I worked very close with him as the Speaker of Johannesburg, and he was the mayor. And I must say that he was one man who was very, very passionate about his people, about the well-being of the communities. So he championed, when he took over, he actually took forward the transformation agenda that was set by the previous mayors before him.
The one thing mentioned time and time again today from different people is that his legacy should live on.
That's right, Shahan. In fact, in terms of the memorial service, there were mixed messages. One of to the family for allowing Mpho Moerane to actually, be shared with the ANC members, as well as all of those that worked with him, including communities. But one of the things that came out also was a message to those that are left behind in the ANC, particularly in the region of Johannesburg. You'd remember that they've lost quite a great deal of leaders, including Jeff Makubo, including Jolidi Matongo, as well as now Mpho Moerane. So for them, the message was to say that they must carry the baton. They must carry the legacy forward of these leaders that had fallen. And the message was given by Parkstar, who basically said that it is time for new leaders to emerge, and it is time to honor the legacy of those that had sacrificed their lives in terms of moving their movement, but also the plight of the people forward.
We cannot allow ourselves to despair. Yes, of course, we feel the pain of loss. Yes, of course, we confront the reality of the death of Comrade Mpho Moerane, but that should not allow us to despair. As we would say in the glorious movement, this is the time to pick up the spear and continue with the struggle for social economic development, for the emancipation of those historically disadvantaged, and for the transformation of our country.
And Linda, just take us through the funeral details this weekend.
Well, we've just gotten information, Shahan. We do know that yesterday, in fact, the mayor for the city of Johannesburg and the speaker of the Joburg Council announced that there will be an official civic funeral. But we've gotten information again from the city of Johannesburg that the president of the country, Cyril Ramaphosa, will in fact be in attendance. We also understand senior members of the ANC will be there, but it will be from Alexandra Township, and this is because this is where Mpho Moerane had grew up. So one of the key things that was confirmed was the fact that there will be an attendance from the president himself, who has spoken quite colorfully about the career as well as the contributions of Mpho Moerane when it comes to issues of improving the lives of those in his community, particularly in Alexandra, but also taking on a great deal of a task when it comes to after the passing of Joliti Matongo in the city of Johannesburg. So we understand that the president will be there. The funeral will be at around 9 a.m., but also this will all be in Alexandra Township through an official civic funeral that will be led by the city of Johannesburg.
Okay, we can leave it right there. Reporter Lindokuhle Xulu.